What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So as a lot of you guys already know, I recently went ahead and got my car tuned by Revmatch Motorsport, and it's been about roughly a month since I've got the tune done on my car. So I went ahead and I made a story on my Instagram saying what video you guys want to see next, and majority of you guys said you want to see a review of the tune I have on my car. So that being said, you guessed it, in today's video we're going to be going over and reviewing the Revmatch Motorsport tune I have on my E46. So for my car, I went ahead and I picked out the Stage 3 tune, and with the Stage 3 tune I optioned out for the space pops, no ghost cam idle, and a 91 octane tune. And sadly, because my car is an automatic, I couldn't option out for the launch control options, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. And in terms of the setup I have in my car, I'm running a K&N cold air intake, and that intake is also mated with some catless eBay headers. And after the catless eBay headers, there's a Y-pipe setup that turns it into a single exit setup, which goes into an ultra quiet vibrant resonator, and then all the way at the back I also have a Grady performance muffler. I also went ahead and deleted my secondary air pump if that makes a difference or not. And for you guys who are interested about any of the mods I just mentioned, I'll leave a link down below for you guys, as I do have a video about all of them on my channel. But other than that, let's go ahead and begin the review. Alright, so after a month of having the tune, one of the first things you realize about the tune is that when you're driving normally, you literally can't tell that the car's tuned whatsoever. The only thing that'll give off that the car's tuned is that when you come to a stoplight, the car does idle a bit higher, but other than that, you can't really tell a difference whatsoever. One of the other things I realized is that the exhaust smell, when you turn it on in the morning especially, it does give a much richer smell. It leans more to the smell of gas than it does to the smell of a typical exhaust smell, if you guys know what I mean. But that is to be expected because the car does have to run rich if you want to shoot massive flames and stuff like that. So all that's completely normal and stuff to be expected of. And of course, one of the main reasons why you want to go out and get a car tuned is either for the exhaust note, just hearing the snap, crackles, and pops, or obviously the performance gains. And just guys, you can't deny that this sounds so good. It's just so intoxicating. It sounds so good. Because of this, it's so addicting. My fuel economy has went to absolute crap, and I don't even think it's because of the tune. I'm pretty sure it's just so addicting hearing those noises. You always want to have your foot down. It's kind of bad, but it's just so fun. It just completely wakes up your car. It just sounds so much better. It's so addicting. And even the power, I used to have a 330, and then hopping into the 325, you definitely notice the power difference. The 325 is considerably slower, but with the tune, I can easily say that this feels a lot more like a 330 than of course a 325 should feel. The car just seems to run a lot smoother, and definitely in the mid-range it just has a lot more punch, and you definitely notice it the most on the highway. When you're just cruising in drive, my car's an automatic sadly, but when you're just cruising in drive, you definitely notice the power difference, especially on the highway. It just kicks you in your seat a lot more. It's so good. And considering it was only 300 American, I paid 400 Canadian. But it's just so worth it. Like, and like, if majority of people, if you're like modifying your E46, I'm assuming most people already have these mods done on their car anyways. So just going ahead and getting the tune done is just so worth it in my opinion. It's just like the final piece to all the mods. It just wakes up the car so much more, and it's so much more fun and enjoyable when you drive. And again, like driving normal, you can't tell the car's tuned whatsoever. Like I'm driving normal now, there's not a single pop, single bang. It drives normal. It does feel a bit more peppy and like awake and a bit more responsive, but of course that's a good thing when you're daily driving anyways. And just, you're cruising and everything's just nice and relaxed. And then you just want to hammer it down a little, downshift a couple times, hear the pops and bangs. Having like a good exhaust setup that like you just enjoy the note of, just is the cherry on top. It's so good. Like you can't tell me that sounds bad. Oh my god. The crackle's just going ahead. It just keeps going. It's like symphony. Like definitely in the mid-range around like 3 to 5, like the power difference is like extremely noticeable. Like it just kicks you in your seat a lot harder than it usually does. And honestly, this is probably like the best like $300 I've ever spent on this car, like hands down. And even if your car's like completely stock, like there's also options on the tuning website where even if your car's stock, you get like a stage 1 done. So even then, I feel like it's still pretty worth it. It's like every time you hit red line and you let off, it's a guaranteed flame. Like it's literally guaranteed. You'll go to hit red line and then when you let off, the car doesn't crackle at all, and then it just goes like bam, and then you just feel the whole car shake, and you know it's a flame. And especially at night, if you're driving around and you want to shoot some flames, you'll see like the whole back of your car just light up. It's so cool. It's so addicting. Even when you're driving on the road and you're on the highway, people looking at your car like, whoa, whoa, and then you shoot a flame, people get so hyped. It's like the best thing ever. It just sounds so good. That's honestly like the main reason I got the tune. It's just the pure sound of it. I know like tuning a naturally aspirated car, majority of the time isn't really worth it because you're not getting like the 100, 200 horsepower gains you would with a boosted car, but considering the price and how much it just wakes up the car, and on top of that, the noise and the flames you get with it, I just feel like overall it's just a really good deal for the money. And I do have a couple other friends who have got their cars tuned with Revmatch Motorsport, and they haven't really had any issues with it. The car just seems to be like as reliable as it just would normally, so I'm completely fine getting my car tuned like this. It just gets so much added drama to the exhaust. It just sounds so good. It just puts like the biggest smile on your face when you're driving around. It's just like so much better. Alright guys, so after watching those clips, what do you guys think? So for me personally, overall, if I were to weigh the pros and cons of the tune, I would definitely say that there's much more pros than there are cons. The pros, of course, being you get pops and bangs through the exhaust, you get flames, you get more power, you get a smoother drive, you get better throttle response, you get a smoother idle, better coolant target temps as well, and just overall a way more enjoyable driving experience. And also don't forget to mention that inside the cabin, if you just press the AC button, or for you guys with the pre-facelifts, you can also press the cruise control button to activate and deactivate the crackles and pops. So that as well is also super clutch. And just overall, for just over $300 American for the Stage 3 tune, I just feel like it's well worth the money. It just adds so much driving experience to your car, and it's almost a no-brainer. And in terms of cons, there's only one true con I can really think about the tune, and that, of course, is going to have to be the fuel economy. This is also, of course, to be expected when you get the car tuned, because you're pushing more power, the car's going to need more fuel to push that power out. And on top of that, when you're spitting flames like that, of course, that's going to use a lot more fuel. And honestly, I feel like one of the bigger reasons why your fuel economy drops so much is when you get the car tuned, hearing that exhaust note all the time is just so intoxicating, and it's borderline addicting. Like, you're going to want to push the car a lot more, you're going to want to rev up the car a lot more just to hear the exhaust. So at the end of the day, if you drive the car normally, you won't see too big of a difference. It's just getting the tune done, you always want to hear the exhaust, so your foot's always going to be down more, which means you're burning more fuel. If you guys are watching till the end of the video and you're still debating on whether you want to get the tune done or not, I'll just say go ahead and get it done. The pros heavily outweigh the cons. And overall, I'll say for $300, this is definitely one of the best ways to increase the driving experience of your car. Just be careful not to shoot a flame in front of a cop. But other than that, guys, that's going to be my 1 month review of this Revmatch Motorsport tune I have on my E46. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, just leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer. I also recently went ahead and made a new Instagram page. So if you guys want, you can go follow me there, as I do find it really cool connecting with you guys. But other than that, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.